Now imagine giving birth to normal children only to watch them lose their ability to walk and speak properly. That is the pain of a family in Nakuru's workers' estate. The children suffer from a genetic disorder called muscular dystrophy. And Muscular traveled to Nakuru and spent time with the family clouded in pain, but still hopeful of better times ahead. This is a story of hope in pain. We warn you, however, that some of the images may be disturbing.
Joru Masharia is 9 years old. He was born healthy, but after 3 years, his parents noticed an anomaly in his physical development. Masharia is the fifth born in a family of 6. He has lost his ability to walk. His speech has also been severely affected. His father, Titus Masharia, looks after him, albeit with difficulty.
Ni challenge kubwa. Juu sasa ukiangalia sana macho ya kibinadamu unaweza angalia uone sasa kama hakuna hope.
But his hope has been stretched thin since the painful medical condition did not start with Njoru. Njuguna Masharia, his fourth-born child, has been in a similar condition for several years now. He's 12 years old and confined to a wheelchair. After undergoing constant care and treatment at a nearby clinic, Njuguna was able to walk, but the strides did not last. Like any other child, Njuguna attempted to play with his friends and ended up breaking his limbs. He has not been able to walk again, even after his recovery from the accident. Titus Masharia is a man in pain, struggling to take care of his children whose health is getting worse. But the father of 6 is not giving up despite the worsening condition of his children. In 2012, a medic who used to handle them thought that the children were suffering from malnutrition.
If I can talk of maybe their mother, when she was pregnant, maybe she was not feeding well because of the social class.
The misdiagnosis worsened the situation. Titus Masharia decided to seek a second medical opinion.
Shida sasa ya Njuguna sasa daktari hawakunieleza. Juu sasa unajua sasa kama ingekuwa sasa daktari wakati alipo sasa funguliwa sasa plasta angeniambia sasa mtoto shida yake ni fulani wa fulani na unastahili pengine uanze kliniki ama uanze upitie sasa njia fulani wa fulani.
Joru Masharia was taken to Nakuru Level 5 Hospital.
Sasa baada ya kutoka sasa medical sasa daktari wakaniambia sasa huyu anaonekana kama roho yake sasa iko na shida, either umpeleke sasa Elvaro ama umpeleke sasa Kenyatta. Kwa hivyo sasa mimi nikaamua sasa kumpeleka sasa mtoto Elvaro. Picha ya roho ikaenda na ikapigwa. Sasa daktari akanipigia sasa simu akaniambia sasa roho haina shida. Sasa akaniambia sasa wacha tutafute sasa pengine sasa shida iko sasa kwa kichwa. Sasa naye sasa askani ya kichwa sasa ilipo sasa pigwa naye daktari sasa akanitolea akanipigia simu akaniambia naye kichwa sasa haina shida. Kwa hivyo sasa wewe kuja uchukue sasa mtoto wako. Kwa hivyo sasa daktari sasa akaniambia sasa kulingana sasa na mashini yetu inaonyesha ya kwamba sasa kuna kiungo kimoja sasa cha mwili kinajivuruta kinafanya sasa hizi zingine zisikimbie. Sasa nikamuuliza sasa ni kiungo gani hicho? Sasa nikirudi sasa kwetu Nakuru sasa niweze sasa kununua dawa. Sasa daktari akaniambia sasa mashini sasa haikusema sasa ni kiungo gani, lakini sasa wewe enda Nakuru rudi sasa kwenu Nakuru uende ukamngojee Mungu.
It took several rounds of medical diagnosis and analysis for doctors to establish the real problem Mwangi's children were suffering from: muscular dystrophy, a group of inherited diseases that damage and weaken muscles over a period of time. The damage and weakness due to lack of a protein called dystrophin necessary for the normal functioning of muscles.
The challenge we have with the muscular dystrophy is that very few clinicians are able to identify that these children have muscular dystrophies. Two, the level of knowledge of population is low in matters health. And their health-seeking behavior really is limited either to the health center which is nearest to them, but more often than not to their kith and kin who tell them either it's some sort of witchcraft that has happened.
Titus Macharia Mwangi and his wife made it their goal to give their 2 sons and the last-born daughter, who also shows signs of muscle weakness, a normal life. They want Njuguna and Njoro to be typical boys. They got them a school for special children in Wakas Estate, Nakuru, though quite a distance from their home.
Ni mimi huwa mimi nawapeleka sasa shule, na ni mimi sasa huwa ni lazima sasa niwaende. Sasa hata ikiwa sasa ni katika sasa ile hali ya kibarua, ni lazima sasa uguzaguze tu kiasi. Pengine sasa ukipata kibarua, pengine unaweza kufanya hata siku 2.
The wheelchair also made a huge difference in providing the 2 boys newfound mobility. The Macharia family exude exceptional strength. Even as their children struggle with a genetic disorder, the tightly knit community also chips in. We accompanied Macharia as he took his children to school, a torturous journey, but he is not giving up.
Ni almost 5 to 6 hapo hivi. Na ni mrefu, na hapo sasa barabara yenyewe sio ati barabara sasa iko smooth. Na unajua sasa barabara sasa ziko na tumawe. Kama sasa kamoja ama kale kambele kadogo kakigonga sasa mawe, na ikiwa sasa mtoto hakuwa amejishikilia sasa vizuri, wote wanaanguka. Lakini sasa shida inakuwa sasa wakati wa mvua. Wakati ule sasa kuko na mvua, ndio ninakuwa na kibarua kizito.
Florence Karani, who was the deputy head teacher at Nakuru Workers Primary School before relinquishing her position to start a unit for the mentally challenged children, says she's proud of being part of the team caring for Njoru and Njuguna on a daily basis.
They have a mental challenge too, because most of these cases, some of them they don't have mental challenge, but these 2 they have mental challenge too. Njoru has improved. He can carry within the margin. Same with Njuguna, he can carry within the margin. Njuguna can try to write 1 to 2, 1 and 2.
Dr. Njiru, a neurosurgeon, says treatment can help, but the condition can't be cured.
But there's a lot of research going on into this sort of work. People are trying to see, can they be able to replace the gene, what they call gene therapy? Are you able to, for instance, find the molecule that the gene was producing to try and replace it maybe in tablet form? But for now, what you're left to do is mostly physiotherapy, right? You can give what they call steroids to some extent, but there's no proven benefit.
The main forms of muscular dystrophy may affect up to 1 in every 5,000 males. The most common form is Duchenne muscular dystrophy. The symptoms include trouble walking, loss of reflexes, difficulty standing up, poor posture, bone thinning, scoliosis, which is an abnormal curvature of the spine, mild intellectual impairment, breathing difficulties, swallowing problems, lung and heart weaknesses.
I think we also need to do genetic counseling, because when we have one child with this condition, it's likely that if you get another child, the child might also, if it's a boy, the child is going to get the same thing. So if you have 5 boys, you're likely to get all the 5 boys having the same condition.
Macharia remains hopeful that his children will someday recover fully. Enoch Sikolia, Citizen TV, Nakuru.